everybody, welcome back to Australia. I am currently in Melbourne and I am so excited to be back. Kind of feel like the last year just didn't happen and I'm back in 2023. I've slotted back into a routine and I do sort of feel like I've flown home, not to be dramatic. Anyway, you're probably thinking that is a bizarre route to travel home from South America. If you don't know, I've spent the last 3 months backpacking South America with my boyfriend and I flew from Brazil to Melbourne for a very exciting reason. I am actually about to host a tour with Welcome To Travel. I am so excited. But basically, if you haven't heard of Welcome To Travel, they organise like group tours and trips specifically for backpackers coming over to Australia, predominantly on a working holiday visa, but also just travelling the East Coast. They have all sorts of different packages and tours. And this week we are about to do the Welcome To Melbourne tour, which, dare I actually say it, I think is my favourite group trip I have ever been on. So I went on this as a traveller in 2020, January 2020, I was a little baby. If any of you remember those vlogs, thank you for sticking around. Tom and I then came back and did their Welcome To Sydney week, which is a different tour, same format, an intro week to Sydney. You get to see all the highlights of the city and the surrounding areas. And then after that, they help set you up for a working holiday visa. Obviously, a lot of people come over, it's their first time landing into the country, they don't know what to do. And you need to sort out a few practical bits and bobs like a bank account, a phone number, a tax number. Those kind of bits and bobs, they'll help you do that. They'll do it for you. So in that sense, what they offer is really unique, but they also offer East Coast packages too. So if you just want to land into Sydney and travel the coast up to Cairns, which is the classic backpacker thing to do, and the classic first time solo traveler thing to do, they have that down to a T. Like, I've tried and tested every option that they do now. All of it is my top recommendation if you're planning your own trip tours. But like I say, we're here in Melbourne. We're about to do their Welcome To Melbourne tour. Tom has actually never done this one. He wasn't with me when I did it on my own. So I'm really excited for that. And I also know from previous experience that this is like the best week you could have in Melbourne. Like, this is all of the activities you would possibly want to do if you were gonna spend 7 days in Melbourne. So excited to meet the group. I'm a bit nervous because anytime I do a group trip like this, where in this case Tom and I have been advertising it and people have booked it, it always just makes me be like, oh my goodness me. But I'm so confident everybody's gonna have the best week. So I thought I would just intro this, give you the information, the lowdown on what was going on, because I know that the first clip I filmed was just some random video without any context. So basically that is what we are doing here. We are spending a little bit of extra time both in Melbourne and then we're heading up to Sydney because obviously we're flown a long way around the world. We're not just staying for a week. I will link Welcome To Travel down below. I also have some discount codes so that you guys can get money off if you are interested in booking. There's some pretty hefty savings with these codes. I'll link them down below. Other than that, come and spend a week in Melbourne with me. I feel like we are right back in 2023 in the very, very best way. I love this city with my whole heart and I already know that being here for another week and a half, 2 weeks is just gonna make me want to move here again. So I'm gonna show you why. We are about to start the tour. Day one is walking tour of the city. I don't actually know any fun facts, so I'm hoping that we can learn something, but it's activity number 1 with the group and I am so excited. And I haven't done this tour, so I actually am really excited to do this tour. Yeah, Tom's only done Welcome To Sydney, so maybe you're gonna learn a lot, to be fair. Probably am.
Get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time.
We are visiting some locations that I don't think I've even ever been to since the first time I came to Melbourne. I'm looking at this building, I'm like, I've simply never seen this. Like, I don't think we were here at all in the year that we lived here, which is just crazy. And we've also got so lucky with the weather. Seeing the whole city with blue sky honestly makes the world of difference because quite often it isn't blue skies here. So I feel like for everybody having a first impression, it is Saturday and I feel like today is when I'm properly going to be bringing you along with me. Yesterday was very, very much an intro. It was a big old getting to know each other day, but today I'm going to bring you along. And the first activity on the itinerary is to go to the Queen Victoria markets. If you've ever seen anything about Melbourne, you've probably seen these. They're very famous, kind of like covered markets in the middle of the city, selling everything from like souvenirs and Australia themed gifts to food to like deli counters. That is our first stop. Today is probably the biggest day on the itinerary in terms of things that we actually do when we're in the city. We've got an Aboriginal heritage walk this afternoon where we kind of learn about the land that we're on here in Melbourne. If you've never visited Australia, a really big part of the culture, in my opinion, especially as a tourist, is learning about the First Nations people that lived in this country before it became colonised. And I really remember the details of the one we did in Sydney, but I actually don't really remember the details of the one I did in Melbourne. Like, Like I said, it was 5.5 years ago. I'm gonna learn some stuff, which will be fun. And then this afternoon, we're also visiting the street art part of the city, also very famous. And then this evening, we are spending the evening in Chinatown, and we are visiting a restaurant that I'm so excited to go back to because I didn't revisit it for some reason when I lived here. So I, again, haven't been for 5 and a bit years, but I remember it being so good. It's like Chinese dumplings. Chef's kiss. So I'm gonna bring you along, and I'm very excited because I think now the group have like mingled, mixed, the ice is broken, and it's gonna be good. So we are in the Queen Vic markets, and it is very nice to be back. Oh, stuff you don't need. Oh my goodness. Have you guys gathered yet in the travel vlogs that Tom is a sucker for a market and buys a lot of stuff that he doesn't need?
I am a sucker for a market, I'll give you that much.
Yeah, you are. I think it's because we've grown up in a market town.
Maybe.
We just feel really at home. Yeah, there's also quite a lot of nice clothes, like a lot of like souvenir style clothes that say like Australia, Melbourne, things like that. And I don't need them, but am I gonna go and look? Yes, I am.
G'day mate, I'm your local Aussie tour guide. My name is, what could my name be? What's an Aussie name?
Bruce.
Bruce, my name is Bruce, and today we're going to take you around the Melbourne Victoria markets. So these markets are actually the largest in the southern hemisphere.
He's back.
Bruce is back, and we're going to go through the animals of Australia. So I got my very kind Sheila here to film to camera. So we got a quokka, a little quokka, they're so cute. A koala. Kangaroo, everyone loves the little kangaroos around here. A Tassie devil, ostrich, and I think a bunny rabbit. I mean, it's a bit of a random one. It doesn't really fit in with the Australian aesthetic.
Maybe it's not a rabbit.
Not a little bunny rabbit?
Oh, is it a wallaby?
Oh, it could be a little wallaby.
I think it's got a tail. That's a bit, it's not a rabbit tail, is it? Anyway.
I think you might be right there, Sheila.
Right, I've been somehow roped into, by no fault of anybody other than me, doing a ginger shot because I'm still not feeling 100%, and I thought this looks good for the immune system. And they've got all the different things here, like all the different properties of each one. So I've gone for an acai ginger shot, which is a bit different, just to throw it back to Brazil. It's actually fine. Thanks, John. It is arcade time to get some gelato, and I'm so excited. I also absolutely love this arcade. It's so beautiful in here. Wow, these look insane. There's just so much good food everywhere you walk in this city.
And then we have our cherry swirl, which is a fiordalart base and an amarena cherry swirl. So if you like me, you like a whiskey sour at a cocktail bar, those little, or amarena sours have become very popular. It's going to taste like that, right? So it's like a nutty almondy cherry taste.
Part of the tour includes a 20-minute stop in Cotton On, and that is my kind of tour because I'm obsessed with this shop to the point where it's actually a problem, and I probably should stop because it's so random.
I was going to say, I think like this stuff's not really as cool when you're like from England.
That's so random. Here's a long-sleeved rugby-style jersey that says South London on
like,
it.
If you're Australian, I feel like that's pretty cool. It'd be like us getting like a Melbourne top and then going back to England, but I feel like we can't.
It's just well, that's not too bad, but Greenwich, London is quite rogue. I mean, I do like Greenwich. I don't need to buy anything else, so I'm actually staying in the men's section to like not look at the women's. I've already bought so much. I think I'm gonna film a haul for TikTok, probably when I'm home, to be honest, but there is potential, there's still time to buy more.
Yeah, did, yeah. Sadly, Cherry Bar did have to close down. In COVID, they closed, but before that, they were really popular. People would go all the
time. So we are currently down Hosier Lane, which if you don't know is Melbourne's most famous street art street. There is a live DJ set going on. All of the street art is really, really cool. Today is actually International Women's Day, and a lot of it is very heavily focused around that, so that is amazing. There are so many strong female artists both painting at the moment. Like we've just seen this incredible woman painting like a modern version of the girl in the pale earring. Girl in the pale earring? What's it called? Yeah, the girl with the pale earring. But also just cool messages, cool slogans, and like powerful slogans on the wall. The artwork is really good. Look at this, we've got 4 more women here. Different people, this one's cool, I really like this. Yeah, look at that.
Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there? Back to when we felt like this was forever. Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember?
Okay, we're playing ping pong in 3 separate rounds actually. We're just watching. Hi. Hello. Do you want to have an intro to the vlog?
Hi, I'm Grace.
This is Grace. She's on the wine.
And we're just sitting and observing because
We are,
we're
yeah.
scared to do it.
I'm actually terrible at ping pong, and what's more funny is that I actually came here for my birthday once and I was terrible at ping pong then, and I'm still terrible at ping pong now.
You're gonna be better than me.
Oh no, I actually have zero hand-eye coordination when I'm sober, but we've had a few drinks, so now I've got like less than zero hand-eye coordination, and we'll just watch.
Sign of a good night.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
We sit and observe.
It's very cool in here though. I feel like I was saying earlier, it's a bit like Bounce in London. If any of you have been to Bounce, it's just a ping pong place really, but there's also like shuffleboard. There's a ball pit over there, to be fair.
It actually is. I haven't even looked. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it, but it is fun.
Yes, no, give me some more credit.
No, you've not seen me. Oh, we are so back in Melbourne. I'm having this breakfast at 7 AM and I'm so excited about it. The cafe culture has been one of the things that I have missed the most. Good morning. It is Sunday, and in my opinion, the most exciting day of the Welcome to Melbourne tour, because it is the road trip time. We are heading to Phillip Island, which is basically, I'll pop a map on screen. Melbourne looks like this. This is the very south of Australia, and Phillip Island is pretty much as south as you can get. And we are driving down there with a couple of stops en route because we're gonna go surfing, which is why I'm dressed like this. I bought this swimsuit, guys, from Cotton On. I'm not really a swimsuit kind of girl, but I really like this. I think the pink and the red together is so cute. It was in the sale for $10, so it cost me £5. Incredible. But yeah, we've got surfing, and then this evening, this is my highlight of the tour. This is my highlight of being in this city as a tourist. If you're gonna visit Melbourne for like a week, this is my #1 recommendation. We are going to the penguin parade. Basically, if you don't know what that is, Phillip Island have the smallest penguins in the world just like chilling off the beach, and every evening at sunset they come in back to their nests. So like all of these penguins come up out of the sea and you can sit on the beach and watch them, and it's like a really well organized place. It's a very popular activity to do. I've done it twice before, once on the Welcome to Melbourne tour when I was 20, and then when my parents came to visit we went with them because I knew my mum would love it. Very up her street. I think the animals are a real pull as to like why people want to visit Australia. Tomorrow we're also visiting a koala sanctuary. We're going to feed kangaroos. We're ticking all the animals off the bucket list, so I'm really excited for this. We need to check out of this room, which I'm actually quite grateful for because it's currently about 78,000 degrees. There's no fan in here, which I don't love. Love some air conditioning. I've woken up just like damp the entire time. Is this Tom? It is Tom.
Hello.
Hello. Are you excited to see the penguins?
I am excited to see the penguins.
Are you excited to surf?
I am excited to surf.
I'm gonna give it a go, guys, but if you are new around here, I injured my wrist surfing the last time I did it, and it's never really been right since, so we'll see how that goes.
And I haven't really done any sport since I broke my ankle.
Yeah,
so
Tom injured his
we'll
ankle.
see how that goes.
You didn't break your ankle, but you did really injure his ankle in Costa Rica. Also, a quick shout out, if you're ever staying in this hostel, this is the Village, North Melbourne, or if you're just in Melbourne generally, you really should go to Code Black Coffee. They have the best coffee, and this is a bold claim, potentially that I've ever had.
I think they've got a few, right? I don't think it's just this North Melbourne.
No, it's a Melbourne chain. It's dotted all over the city, but this one is really near the hostel. We need to leave.
Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there? You're all I need. Can I take you there? Can I take you there?
Hello guys, I feel like you can tell by my sunburnt cheek that I've been surfing. I had so much sun cream on as well. Anyway, it is a lot later, it's like 4 PM. You guys saw the drone clips. That might tell you that I was not in that water for the whole time. I did give it a good go. I find myself imitating the accent and I know I do it, so annoying. Yeah, I gave it a go and then I caught like 2 or 3 waves, and on my third one, when I'm doing it properly, because basically if you know anything about surfing, you're not meant to grab the board like by the sides because you end up flipping the board, but that was the only way I could really do it because I can't like flex my wrist flat like that. whereas if I go up the side I can kind of like push myself up that way. I was just flipping the board quite a lot and I was thinking, this isn't really going in my favour. Every time I try it properly it's really hurting me.
Did you give it a go?
I did give it a go, and we've just gone from there to the hostel. So we are staying in the YHA Phillip Island, which is probably one of few hostels here. I don't know how many hostels are on Phillip Island, but I know that there are a lot of YHAs dotted around more rural Australia, especially Victoria, because we did the Great Ocean Road and stayed in YHAs that whole time, and this reminds me a little bit of that. They're like the same style accommodation, pretty basic but pretty good. Like you get everything you need. We have a private room, but it is still a dorm room, so we've got bunk beds again. I'm not really too sure why that is, but this one does have a fan, so I'm happy about that. And our next port of call for the day is we're gonna go from here to get dinner, and then from there we are going to the penguin parade. Yeah, gonna go re-meet up with the group and go for dinner.
Always falling for the wrong guys. They keep telling me it's alright. How could I be so blind? I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right.
I found it.
Good so far. I mean, like, it's wildlife, and there's a wallaby.
There's a wallaby right in front of us.
Like literally sat.
Sat like a human being right there. They're such funny animals, man. And so are these birds. What are the birds? Do we know the name for these? Because I feel like I don't.
I'm not sure.
Those like grey birds with the pink legs. Somebody in the comments will know.
So what you'll notice is I mentioned they come out in rafts. So what you'll see first is one penguin coming out and then a few others following, and you might be thinking, oh, that's the really brave penguin coming out first to make sure that they don't get eaten. But it's actually not brave, that's the sacrifice. So they send that one out first and then all the other penguins follow and they go out in their little raft. The reason they come out there's wallabies on the left. That one's very cute, it's posing for us. So, the reason they come out after sunset is because in the daytime there are too many birds of prey. Before we get there though, I do have to tell you about one very, very important rule at the penguin parade. There are strictly no photos after sunset.
Treat me right. Your dark hair with those eyes so bright. They look into my soul and it sparks my life. Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there?
Cloud. Are you excited to see the penguins?
Very excited.
Even though you've seen it before, you're still as excited?
Yeah, because it's just like a surreal experience. Also, it looks like the tide's quite
Hi.
high, so.
We need to go find some seats, guys. We've got a seat. We're about to watch the penguins. You excited, guys?
I'm so excited, I cry.
Genuinely, to be honest. I did just. I watched Ella just wipe out a small child. She was that excited. We saw a penguin and we were like, oh my gosh.
It had to be done.
Yeah, it had to be done. No, I'm so excited. I feel like any minute now, there's going to be some little penguins appearing, and it's just so cute. It's such a good experience. I don't know what my hair's doing right now. This is my attempt at keeping it curly and not sleeping on it so that it doesn't get squashed, but we're just gonna not show you that and say that it's now somehow midnight and I was so tired. I was literally ready to go to sleep at like 8 p.m. We got back from the penguins, which was amazing, by the way. Always so amazing. I do have to introduce you to the newest member of the family. Polo the penguin. So we've got this guy. Anyway, after that, we came back to the hostel and a group of us were like, oh, should we just sit outside? Because there's like this area that you can kind of sit outside this hostel. And we've just been playing games for like 3 hours. Just like games on your phone kind of games. Like, what was it called? Pocket Party. And then there's this game called Spy, which is basically like the traitors and you're trying to catch one person out and that person is like the spy. Really, really fun. And then another app called Photo Roulette where everybody submits 16 randomly allocated photos from your camera roll, which is a risky game. And they pop up on everybody's phones and you have to guess who they are, which is quite good when you don't know the people that well. Like obviously we're getting to know the group. It's really, really fun. Obviously you can like decline the photo you don't want sharing. Yeah, really, really fun. Really good way to get to know people. We're having so many laughs and now I really am ready for bed. So gonna get some sleep. It is day 2 of the Phillip Island road trip. Let's go see some kangaroos and koalas. Are we even in Australia yet? Because I've not seen any yet, so let's go.
Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there?
Got anything to say to YouTube? That's what he thought to that.
So our big boy of our island kangaroos, not this kind, is Nelson. He's somewhere down that way, I think.
And is it generally like the biggest kangaroo?
I don't know how it works in terms of that. Generally it is the biggest one, but I don't know if there's some form of like hormonal thing that happens when they're in charge.
And up to about 12 or so months, it's quite independent, and because they are a solitary species, that koala will move on to a different
How I feel right now.
Do you want to trade friendship bracelets? Are you a tennis fan? You are? I thought you would be.
Can I take you there? Can I take you there?
We are spotting some kangaroos and wallabies at the minute. They're all kind of in the shade hiding. Obviously a few of them are hungry though. And I actually just think they're so tame. I'm actually a little bit scared of kangaroos because I think they can turn quite quickly, and I wouldn't want to be like chased by one because they're so big. A lot of the ones here are babies, and a lot of them are wallabies as well, which is also very cute because they're smaller. There are two in here, very well camouflaged. Tom just stroked one. What did you just say? Held your hand, did it?
Held my hand, yeah.
Really, did he?
Yeah, genuinely he did.
That's cute. Was it because you were feeding him? Okay. Look at the size of his feet. He's got such long feet.
Quite a narrow fit though.
It's a very narrow shoe that. We've stopped off at a little IGA for some lunch. IGA is a supermarket. What have we got?
Sweet chili chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Which, what I like here is that you can pay, pay per tender.
Per tender, yeah.
So you just kind of get what you want, which is good. And then I've got some steamed South Melbourne dim sims, which we used to sell at the Bowls Club when we worked there last year. So South Melbourne is a brand of dim sims that they sell them at the South Melbourne markets.
Yeah.
And they are insane. They're like a pork kind of dumpling style thing.
Yeah.
I think they're originally Chinese, but then
I think it is Chinese, but Melbourne
like
have adopted it. Yeah, yeah.
But I haven't seen them. Well, I've seen them everywhere actually, but I haven't had a chance to have any. So this is the
got
first
some.
chance.
Yeah,
So
they
very
do
excited.
a good hot food section in their supermarkets here. Lots of variety. I don't think you'd get dumplings in like hot food section of Tesco, would you? And just like that, we are back from our excursion to Phillip Island. We have checked back in, and guys, we have a beautiful, beautiful room at this hostel this time. They've very, very kindly put us in their, like, I don't want to say suite when I've just said the word hostel, but like low-key it is a suite. Like, it's actually so nice. It's got a living room area. I think sometimes I do forget that people like stay in hostels long term. If I was gonna do that, I would love to stay here. So just quickly, we've got this like kitchenette, living room area. We've got a little outdoor space. The lighting is beautiful right now. And then Tom is actually just getting changed in the bedroom, which is through here. We've got a bathroom, we've got a big old TV. There's a lot of mirrors in here as well. I don't think I've actually shown you my outfit today, but I bought this the other day when I was in Gander. If you've not heard of Gander, it's an Australian clothing brand. They do ship to the UK, and they're my favorite clothing brand. Like, the quality is so good. Got these cute little shorts, this oversized tee, just really easy to wear. I thought good for traveling because it's cream, not white. But yeah, we're about to head out. We're gonna go and get some takeaway pizza, I think, and we're gonna sit in Carlton Gardens, which is one of the big parks in the city, play some games. I just had a really lovely time. I love Phillip Island. I think if you're coming and planning a Melbourne trip, a lot of people focus on going down to the Great Ocean Road, which I do recommend as well. But I also think plan Phillip Island into your itinerary because it's beautiful. If you get good weather like this, it's so underrated. Hello guys, haven't filmed very much today because we've just been having a super chill day here on St Kilda Beach. Again, blessed with the weather. This time of year, so hit and miss. Like, it could have been quite bad, but it's just been beautiful. It's like 32 degrees, very hot, to be honest, maybe a bit too hot to be at the beach. This is kind of like one of the last activities that we do all as a group. This morning we had a travel presentation tour. Obviously Tom and I didn't really need that. We're not planning on doing the East Coast again, but if we did want to, it was very insightful. Now we are kind of just walking down St Kilda beachfront. I'm actually on the hunt for a bottle of water because I'm so thirsty. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very popular location, especially because it's like 4 p.m. So a lot of Aussies are finishing work now, and a lot of people will be coming down to the beach for the evening. Hello, we're back from the beach. I think this evening we are actually gonna chill in the hostel. There are basically two places in this hostel that are really good for like group hangouts. One of them is the roof and one of them is the movie room, and there's basically this massive TV in there. So I think we might watch a film. It's just a little bit too hot to be on the roof. Like, Melbourne's in the middle of some kind of freak heat wave. It definitely is not always this warm this time of year. However, sort of like the UK, it does kind of get a second lease of life. You know how sometimes in the UK, summer sort of makes a comeback in like September for a few weeks. This is the Melbourne equivalent of that, and I'm here for it. But I feel like today we've all just been in the sun quite a lot, so we were like, let's maybe watch a movie. I think Tom and I might go and get another GYG, which is a Mexican takeaway. We are obsessed with it. You can't get it in the UK. Obviously we have Taco Bell at home, but I just feel like it does not hit the same. I'm only here for like 3 weeks. I've got to keep eating them. I've got to get my fix in. We might grab one of them, come back and watch a film. So very chilled night. Tomorrow we have a free day on the tour. Everybody else has their like one-to-one travel meetings, which is where the team at Welcome to Travel will guide you through booking an East Coast trip, whether that be with Welcome to Travel, be a custom built one. Maybe you just want to go to Sydney up to Brisbane, you don't want to do the whole coast, maybe you want to plan the West Coast. They literally will help you organise your entire Australia travel trip. And that is one reason why I think this really is the best way to start a trip in Australia. Whether you're on a working holiday visa or a tourist visa, Welcome to Travel will sort it for you. You don't even need to arrive in the country with it booked. And I think it's such a misconception that it's like, oh my gosh, I'm planning this big trip, I should sort it all at home. No, you could literally turn up in Australia, do this welcome week, which by the way, the best way to make friends, because this group are now planning on traveling the Great Ocean Road together. Some of them have already traveled the East Coast, but those that are staying in the country all now have friends here, so it's really, really ideal. I sing this company's praises all the time, but it's for really good reason. I genuinely believe there's nobody else on the market that could organise an Australia trip as well as they can. But yeah, anyway, everybody else tomorrow has their like meetings about that. Obviously, like I said, Tom and I are not traveling the East Coast. If you do want to see us do that, we have a whole series of vlogs. It looks like this. If you want to see me do that completely solo, looking like a small child because it was 5 years ago, I have this series of vlogs, and let me know in the comments if you remember those the first time around. So yeah, tomorrow's very free, and then in the evening we have the big night out. So it's a bar crawl, karaoke. It's gonna be very fun to vlog. Everyone's got to think of a karaoke song. I haven't thought of mine yet. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd update you. I'm having a really, really lovely time. I am so in love with the city. It's just calling me to move back here, and I feel like there's a potential that that might happen. Oh my god. And if you're wondering where Tom is, he is at the F1 pop-up at the moment, which is on, because the F1 starts in 2 days and the city is Grand Prix ready. So he's just popped down there to like see if he can get some merch, see what's going on. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill for a bit. Oh yeah. This is the spot. This is the GYG mini burrito, which is still a pretty big burrito, with chips, with chip spice. Don't know what they call it here. I'm gonna call it chip spice. Tom's got the same, but the beef version. Anyway, we're gonna eat this at our little table that we've got in this room, watching a vlog.
We do love a GYG.
We love a GYG. Good morning from Melbourne, another very, very sunny Melbourne, another beautiful day. Now about 10 AM, and we're heading to Queen Victoria Markets, just to pick up a few bits and bobs. I think we're gonna meet Daryl and Adam, who are the creators of Welcome to Travel itself. So that'll be really, really nice. Gonna get hit by a car. But yeah, we're out and about, meandering.
Press the button in the middle.
Three's good there. We are night out ready. It is the last night of the Melbourne group tour. All of the girls have decided we're wearing matching Australia tops, so we've all got one of these. Yeah, I can't believe I don't already own one of these. I feel like this is something I should have previously bought, but I actually do really like my outfit. I'm not gonna lie, it's not very going out. Got it on with these little leopard print shorts. Cannot see me at all. Let me prop you somewhere else. Yeah, leopard print shorts and a little Australia top. I think it's just actually really a cute outfit, not necessarily to go to the club, but the premise of tonight is we're starting with some drinks on the rooftop at the hostel here, and then we are going to karaoke. I still haven't got the song, so yeah. face. Run your hands through your hair, after finally making me want you. Take my hand and join me headfirst, fearless. I was begging you, please don't go. And I said, it's a love story, baby, just say it.
Right on, my dude.
What do you want to say to the vlog? What do you want to say?
Yeah.
Follow my TikTok. Ella, I actually don't know what it is. Don't want to leave Melbourne. I'm moving here.
She's moving here.
I love this group so much.
What do you want to say to the vlog? What do you want to say to the vlog?
Absolutely nothing.
Just like that, our Welcome to Melbourne tour has come to an end. Tom and I have just checked out of the hostel and checked into an Airbnb for a few more days. We're staying here in Melbourne just for a little bit longer because mainly we wanted to go to the F1 and we wanted to celebrate Tom's birthday here in Melbourne because we know the most people here, we know the city the best. It's just the easiest place to celebrate a birthday. So we've checked out and we've checked into this beautiful, beautiful Airbnb. An apartment similar to the one we lived in when we were here, to be fair. It's got like a living room area. This behind me is a balcony. Even got a little office space, which is really, really cute. And also incredible views of the city itself, which we just love to see. Clear blue skies yet again. We've been blessed with the best this week. But I'm actually gonna end this vlog here. I feel as though it's potentially very long. We have had such a fun time. Genuinely the most lovely welcome back to Melbourne. So sad to be leaving. I'm so sad this isn't a longer visit. I'm gonna link Welcome to Travel down below, of course, but I feel as though it goes without saying that they are my top recommendation. If you're planning your own trip to Australia, you want to come over on a working holiday visa, you want to come over and just do a 4-week travel trip or a 6-week travel trip, these guys know what they are doing. Tried and tested the East Coast multiple times. They are the Australia experts. I'm gonna link them down below. You can even just drop them a message if you don't really know where to start, or you're not sure if you even want to come over but you're like thinking about it. They have a team of people that can help if you reach out to them. So yeah, gonna link them down below. I also want to shout out Ria, who was our tour guide this week. She was phenomenal. She was one of the best tour guides I've ever had, and also she is the singer of the song that has been playing throughout this vlog. So the song that has audio that's like got lyrics, that is Ria's song. She is a singer-songwriter as well as a tour guide here on a working holiday visa. So I'm gonna link her down below as well because she's just such a cool girl. Also, not just Ria as the tour guide, but the group. We got very lucky. The group of girls and the guys, just so lovely. I think we were all cut from the same cloth and on the exact same wavelength, which makes any tour run more smoothly. So easy with this group that it was just a blessing. So if you're one of the girls or guys that was on this trip and you're watching, we loved hanging out with you. It's been so much fun. Other than that, I am gonna go. Do subscribe if you're new around here. If you have any questions about Australia or Melbourne, you can pop them in the comments down below. I have a whole series of videos from this country already on my channel, and there is going to be one more because we are heading from here to Sydney, and I'm going to vlog that too, just to show you the difference between Melbourne and Sydney and how you can actually come to Australia and do that as like a 2-week trip. We've done a week in Melbourne, a week in Sydney, so do subscribe so that you don't miss that, and I shall see you guys in my next vlog. Bye guys.